180 volts amps per receptacle load is a standard allowance for typical residential and office loads. It is not a maximum limit, but rather a value used to estimate the total load on the circuit. The actual load capacity of a branch circuit depends on the circuit breaker or fuse rating and the wire size used. For example, a 20 amp circuit with 12 American wire gauge wire has a maximum load capacity of 2400 volts amps, which is 120 volts times 20 amps. Therefore, while the code allows for 10 receptacles per 20 amp circuit breaker based on the 180 volts amps per receptacle allowance, it is possible to exceed this allowance if the connected loads are high. It is always important to verify that the actual load does not exceed the circuit capacity. To check voltage drop, you will need a voltage meter and a calculator. Firstly, measure the voltage at the panel. Disconnect the circuit you want to check from the panel and measure the voltage between the hot and neutral terminals. This is the supply voltage. Secondly, measure the voltage at the end of the circuit. Turn the circuit back on and connect the voltage meter between the hot and neutral terminals at the farthest outlet or device on the circuit. Thirdly, calculate the voltage drop. Subtract the voltage at the end of the circuit from the supply voltage. The voltage drop is equal to the supply voltage minus the end voltage. Fourthly, calculate the percentage voltage drop. Divide the voltage drop by the supply voltage and multiply by 100. The percentage voltage drop is equal to the voltage drop divided by the supply voltage times 100. The National Electrical Code allows a maximum voltage drop of 5% for branch circuits. However, for sensitive electronics or equipment, a voltage drop of 3% or less is recommended.